M recently faced a lawsuit over their earplugs. The lawsuit alleged that the company was aware their earplugs were defective, and failed to inform consumers about the defect. The lawsuit also noted that 3M sold the potentially defective earplugs to the United States military for use by troops from 2003 to 2015. Earplugs, known as combat arms earplugs, were found to be defective, with a design allowing sounds to slip in and out, potentially resulting in hearing damage and potential hearing loss. The lawsuit contends 3M willfully and knowingly withheld information regarding the design flaw in the earplugs, thusly exposing troops to potential hearing damage and loss. M has responded to the lawsuit, undertaking an investigation to determine the facts of the case. The lawsuit holds 3M accountable for their actions, with a complaint stating 3M should have known of the defect and should have disclosed the defect to the public. It should also be noted that while the lawsuit was filed against 3M, the company that designed and manufactured the product, the earplugs themselves were actually produced by a different company. It is also important to note that 3M did not admit wrongdoing as part of the settlement agreement, though 3M did agree to the settlement agreement in order to avoid burdensome and costly litigation. The lawsuit was initially brought by a veteran of the United States military, who stated that he suffered hearing loss due to use of the defective earplugs. The lawsuit against 3M is believed to be the first of its kind, as such lawsuits can take time to move through the legal system. As the lawsuit was ongoing, other individuals and veterans began joining the suit, stating that their military service had exposed them to potential hearing damage and loss. Several of these individuals, as well as organizations representing them, sought compensation for medical expenses and other financial losses associated with hearing damage. In response to the lawsuit, many veterans have stated that they struggle with hearing damage related to their service and would welcome compensation. The lawsuit states that veterans were not warned of the possibility of hearing damage due to the design flaw in the earplugs. In response, 3M has insisted that the earplugs were properly tested and met safety standards. Legal experts agree that the lawsuit against 3M carries weight, as military personnel often assume their gear is adequately tested and safe. Prior to the settlement, 3M had stated they would contest the lawsuit and move forward with their investigation of the allegations. M has since agreed to pay millions in a settlement, which many legal experts consider to be admissions of wrongdoing on the part of 3M. For their part, 3M has stated that the settlement agreement does not reflect an admission of liability, but instead reflects an effort to diffuse what they termed a costly and protracted litigation. The settlement will now allow both parties to move forward with their day-to-day lives, rather than becoming embroiled in a long-standing legal battle. Some veterans have voiced their support of the settlement, as they have been struggling with hearing damage related to their service for many years. It is also important to note that although 3M's earplugs were linked to hearing damage and loss, many people who have suffered from hearing damage and loss did not use the earplugs. Veterans and service members not affected by the 3M earplugs design flaw have also spoken out as part of the lawsuit, as the case has made them aware of the dangers of hearing damage and loss. The settlement will ensure that those affected by the 3M earplugs design flaw will be taken care of, and will also help to expand knowledge about the risks of hearing damage and loss. Some organizations are now working to further increase awareness of the risks of hearing damage and loss in both the military and civilian population.